Hey guys, this is Mike from your car dealer Bond. Another great tip and trick, really a tip that I'm going to give you today is a build from the last video that we did last week, and this was about specifically not touching those cars after you've sold them. Don't touch the cars after you've sold them. Here's why. And why don't we just get to it? So here's the thing. You're a hospitable guy. You want to please your audience. You want repeat customers. You want to provide a great service. You sell a car 2 weeks later. Some small challenge is happening. Maybe the air conditioning's not really kicking. Maybe the windshield wipers are kind of a little out of alignment. Some small issue that you can get in there and you can fix for this. Now, if the floor mats, you got to help them just adjust something small. That's one thing. But even that, trust me, it's really, you got to be careful of this. And after 20 years in the insurance business, I can tell you right now, there's a ton of claims that happen to used car dealers, great used car dealers. And here's what they did. They put a floor mat in the vehicles. Right? These floor mats were just not specific to this vehicle, not these ones that they scope the whole car and they've got exactly the right type of floor mat for every single vehicle down to the very finest detail. That's not the kind they got. They got just any of them willy-nilly. Well, this person gets in an accident, and all of a sudden they blame it on the fact that this doormat, that the floor mat kind of rubs up against that pedal and prevented them from smashing those brakes down and saving XYZ amount of dollars or this kind of physical damage to them. Well, now all of a sudden this car dealer's getting sued for it. Perhaps it's something, here's a different issue. Somebody brings the car back to you. You sold it as is. You told, this contract says you're not going to touch the vehicle after you sold it. What do you decide is a great idea to do? Be the most hospitable dealer on the planet and go take and do XYZ to this car after you've sold it as is. Here's the way around it, because you're saying, I already read a bunch of the comments. They said, well, what do you do? How do you be a great service? We have to provide a great service, right? Here's the way around it. Write them a $5 receipt. Charge them the $5. Get that money. Give them a receipt. Here's why. It's not because you want the $5. It's because you want a paper trail behind this. Why do you want the paper trail? Because you want, and just in case this person in 6 months says, now I want you to replace the transmission. Now I need you to go and fix my engine, Mr. Dealer, that was trying to be so nice. Well, how about you go and fix XYZ now for me? Because you're a generous guy, and you're going to go, hey, that's not my problem now. I can refer you to my guy, and they can help you. Get you a great deal. That's what we would do for you, but that's not good enough. They're going to want to take you to court. Your contract, which, trust me, the judge is going to say, where's your contract? Where's your XYZ? Where's your buyer's guide that you had them sign? Where's the contract, every single piece of it? Where's the not for sale documentation? Where's the documentation, the MVDIS report? Where's your Carfax? Where's all these documents? Did you do any reconditioning to it? Oh, wonderful. Do you have receipts of that? They're going to want to see it all. Cavity check time. Here we go. Where's your paperwork? Get your deal jacket. Boys and girls, get your deal jackets out. They're going to thumb right through that thing, and they're going to figure out that you sold this car as is. What else are you going to have in there? You're going to have a receipt for $5 saying that you did some service after it, because your contract says that you're not going to touch that car after you sold it. Well, this $5 and the receipt that you took on it is now creating that paper trail behind you to say, hey, listen, I didn't do anything outside of the contract. The contract doesn't say that I can't give this person a discount later on. It just says that you're selling it as is, and no matter the challenges they come back with it. Now, if you've got an extended test drive that they've purchased, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you sold it as is. Here it is. That's what you got to make sure that you're not selling. You're not touching those vehicles after the sale. And if you are, charge them $5, create the receipt, close the door behind your transactions, and don't turn around and go for some court ride later and have to pay the piper again. Because Nothing's going to eat at your profit faster. Nothing's going to eat at that ROI. Guess what? Increasing your ROI doesn't always mean selling more cars. It might mean reducing your overhead, which means maybe you not getting sued for something or taken to court and then having to turn around and pay out extra reconditioning costs that you should have never been involved in the first place. But you got involved in them because you decided to touch the car and put in Freon and do whatever else to it a little bit after you sold that car to them as is. So don't do it. Don't touch those cars after you sold them. If you're a car dealer in America, don't you dare touch that car after you've sold it. If you've sold it as is, and if you do decide to do it, write them a $5 receipt, charge them $5, close the door behind yourselves. Trust me, this is going to help you increase your ROI. This is Mike at Your Car Dealer Bone. Thanks so much for hanging in there. We'll see you on the next one.
Derita. Stop. Mo kare. Don't move.